Hello students, welcome to Pathak's Computer Academy online classes. In the previous video, we started with the unit 3 and we have seen that what is data and its purposes with the small introduction of NumPy. Before going for detailed introduction of NumPy package in Python, we have to discuss some statistical methods that are used to understand data. Okay, so the content today we covered introduction about statistical methods, measures of central tendency. We have to know that what is central tendency and in central tendency, these three terminology we have to discuss. And at last, we will see measures of variability. And in this section, we will see this small three subsection: range, standard deviation, and variance. That's it. So start with the introduction. Statistical methods are mainly useful to ensure that your data are interpreted correctly. What it means? It means the statistical analysis will help you to find some meaningful information from the data you have collected. That's why the importance of statistics in data science and data analytics is much more than in earlier stages. With the help of statistics, simply with the help of their tools and methods, you will get a deeper knowledge about the data, what our data is going to say. And based on that insights, that information, business can change their statistics or change their path to achieve some goal. Okay, so first measurement you can take, that is central tendency. So what is central tendency? A measure of central tendency is a single value. Okay, and that single value will give some idea about that data. That's it. There are a lot of data. For some reason you have collected and you are again measuring some calculation and get a single value, and based on that value you are going to percept some statement. For example, there are 50 students in your class, and in mathematics they get various marks out of 100. Now you want to know that what is the average marks of your class in mathematics subject. So you know that how to calculate the average. In average, all the marks of 50 students are added up and then divided by 50 number of terms. You will get the average value, and that single value will explain you that the average marks for the mathematics in your class is something. Clear? So a central tendency of the data means a number around which a whole data is spread out. There is something between all the spread out data. So here you will see that three most common measures, that is mean, median and mode. Okay, so first thing is mean. Mean can be described as average also. This is very simple to you. The mean is the sum of all the values divided by the number of observation. That's it. Now, how to calculate mean in Python? So, there is a package that is known as NumPy. You have to import in your program so that whatever the classes, whatever the methods and functions already built in NumPy package can be used directly. And I already told you NumPy means numerical Python. Okay, so how you will import any package in Python? So you have to use import method and then name of the package. That's it. This is the syntax of how to import any package in your program. Now, here I denoted or I have given NumPy as a variable name NP. So, wherever in upcoming program, I will use NP instead of NumPy. That's it. This is not necessary, but for your convenience, you can do this. If there is a large name of any package, then this can be used. No, I have taken a list, and in list there are 4 values. Now, how to calculate the mean? So, np dot mean, and then in argument you have to supply the list. You will get the mean value. So here you can see that around 25, all the elements in the list are spread out. Clear? Now, moving on further, median. Median is the value which divides the data in 2 equal parts. Okay? If there are 7 items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it will give a middle value so that one part is on the right side and second part is on the left side of the median, and that value is known as median. So how to calculate? It is internally sorted all the elements in ascending or descending order and then calculate the middle value. Okay? And that value is known as median. But there is a problem. If there is an odd number, then it is okay. What is to be done? First of all, it will take the middle position of the value. But what in the case of even? In even case, The median is the average of two middle value. Here you can see that I have taken first list. There are even number of elements, that is 4. And in the next list, I have taken the odd number of elements, that is 5. Now, in 5, it is very easy. 30 will be calculated as median. Now, what about the even number? So, it will take the two middle value, that is 20 and 30, and then taken the average of these two numbers, 20 plus 30 divided by 2. It will calculate it as 25. So I think it is very clear to you. I'm going to show you with the example, because in this example, the data is already sorted. So this is the ideally of Python. Now, if I'm going to try directly NumPy, let us take the list L1 equal to odd value. I'm going to take some 8. Let us take 10, 30, 20, 40. Okay, clear? Now, second item will be of odd number, 10, 30, 20, 50, 40. Okay, now I'm going to try directly NumPy dot median of odd value, that is L2. Here you can see that there is a name error, that NumPy is not defined. So what is to be done? We have to import NumPy in your program or in your running IDLE. So what is to be done? Import NumPy. I am going to give any name NP, or you can give any name HP. Let us check. It will take some time. Interpreter imported all the methods and function whatever available in NumPy in your IDLE. Now you can use HP dot median of what? Odd number of elements, that is L2. Here you can see that 30 is printed. Okay, now I'm going to check for even number. It should print 25. Okay, HP dot median, that is L1. I'm going to pass L1 as an argument. Now here you can see that 25 will printed. So I think it is very clear to you what is median. And you have to be very careful. What will be the value if even number of elements are present in the array or in list? Now next one is mode. Mode is very easy. It is the term appearing maximum number of time in a data set. That's it. There's nothing to give you something else. So it means the term that has highest frequency will be known as mode. Okay, so here you can see that 10 comes out one time, 20 comes out 3 times, and 30 comes out 2 times. So the highest frequency is 20. But here you have to be noted that in NumPy there is no such support for finding the mode. Okay. So in NumPy, I already told you SciPy package is also available. So what is to be done? You have to import SciPy. SciPy means SCI means science, Python. So you have to import, if you want to import specific one, specific function, then you have to give from SciPy import this one, stats. There is a function known as stats and I have given a name st. Now, there is a function in package that is known as mode. So, st.mode. So, it will print this type of output. What? Mode is equal to 20. Okay. And the count is equal to 3. Okay. So, answer is matched. So you have to be very careful. If you want to calculate the mode, then you have to import package SciPy. And in that SciPy, you have to use stats class. And in that stats class, there is a function that is known as mode. Two more things you have to be consider while using mode, that there may be a possibility of more than one value have maximum number of frequency. So it will give any of them. Second thing is, if a data set has no mode, then it means each item appears only once. Then it will give the first element as an mode. So here you can see that there are two elements, that is 2 and 3 have the frequency same, that is 2 times, 3 are coming 2 times. So it will give any of them. So it will prefer the first element, that is 2. Now here you can see that there is no such repetition of data in L3. So it will take an first element as a mode. That's it. Clear? So I think it is very clear to you. Central tendency, mean, median, mode. Mean means average value, median means middle value, and mode means highest frequency. Now moving on further, the next topic is measures of variability. So what is the basic difference between variability and central tendency? The measures of variability refers to the spread or variation of the values around the mean. You are going to check how data are spread out based on mean. So, it is also known as measures of dispersion. That means it indicates the degree of diversity in a data set based on what? Mean. Okay. So here you will see range and standard deviation and variance. Okay. So first one is range. So what is range? As the name suggests, the maximum value of the set minus minimum value of the set. It will give a range of that data set. That's it. Okay. So here I have given you. Done. So how to done? With the help of PTP function. Okay. Peak to peak. This will give you the range of given number. Maximum value minus minimum value. Here you will see the list. There are 5 elements. Maximum value, minimum value is 10 and maximum value is 50. So 50 minus 10, that will be 40 will be printed. Clear? Now moving on further, what is standard deviation? I am not going to discuss the mathematics part. What is standard deviation? How to calculate? What is the formula? I am just related to Python and NumPy. I will discuss the things. So again, as it is the part of variability. So standard deviation gives how data is spread out from mean. That's it. Based on mean, how data are dispersed. So it is just like range, but unlike range, which only uses two things, maximum value and minimum value, standard deviation will consider all the available elements present in the data set. That's it. You have to be very careful. What is the difference between range and standard deviation? In standard deviation, all the data elements are considered, while in range, only two elements are considered, that is maximum value and minimum value. So how it is calculated? Simple. You will see that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 np.std. The function name is std, and as an argument you will pass the data set. This will calculate 14.14 based on the given data set. Okay. Now there are two things, low standard deviation and high standard deviation. So what it is? A low standard deviation indicates that data points tends to close to the mean, while in high standard deviation, data points are spread out over a wider range of values. So here we can see that mean is 30 and value is 14. So it is high standard deviation. Data are spread out in a wider range of values. Okay. The last one is variance. Variance is as simple as that. It is the square of standard deviation. Square of standard deviation. So what is to be done? Var function is to be used. So it is calculated as 200. Why? In the previous slide, you can see that 14.14. So if you calculate the square of 14, it is around 196 and 0.14, so around 200. So I think again it is very clear. So that's all for today. Today we will discuss statistical methods for understanding data. In the next class, we will see the important topic, that is introduction to NumPy in detail. So I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much.